The history of ancient Egypt is one of the most well-documented stories in the annals of civilization. But beyond the Great Pyramids and the legendary pharaohs, lies another kingdom, equally powerful, often overlooked, and deeply intertwined with Egypt's own rise and fall. This is the story of Nubia, the Kingdom of Kush. Nestled in the heart of Africa, stretching along the Nile River, Nubia was a land of rich resources, gold, timber, and cattle. It was home to powerful kingdoms, but its true legacy begins with its interactions with Egypt, its longtime neighbor to the north. By around 3500 BC, the kingdom of Taseti emerged as the first known Nubian kingdom. But it wasn't long before the influence of Egypt reached deep into Nubia. The Egyptian pharaohs, seeking control of trade routes and resources, made their presence known in the region. And thus began a rivalry that would shape the history of both civilizations for centuries. By 1500 BC, the Kingdom of Kush had taken form, centered in what is now modern-day Sudan. This new kingdom would rise to prominence and eventually challenge Egypt's power on multiple occasions. The Kingdom of Kush was not merely a rival, but a powerful civilization in its own right. Known for its military prowess, gold mines, and ironworking, Kush became a key player in the politics of Northeast Africa. Kush's kings, including the mighty Piye, would take advantage of Egypt's internal strife, conquering the Delta region and establishing the 25th dynasty in Egypt, known as the Kushite Dynasty. For the first time, a Nubian ruler sat on the Egyptian throne. The relationship between Nubia and Egypt, however, was not always one of conflict. There were times of peace, trade, and cultural exchange. But beneath this veneer of diplomacy lay a bitter rivalry for dominance in the region. As Egypt expanded its influence, Kush felt the pressure. The pharaohs, fearing the growing power of their southern neighbors, often sought to subdue the Nubian kingdoms. Military confrontations were frequent, with Egypt launching campaigns into Nubia, only to be met with fierce resistance. Egypt's military tactics, particularly the use of chariots, were often outmatched by the speed and precision of the Nubian archers, famed for their long-range accuracy and skill. Despite these frequent clashes, it was in the 8th century BC that Nubia made its most significant stride in the rivalry with Egypt. The Kushite kings, led by Piye, not only defeated Egyptian forces but also marched into Egypt itself, toppling the fragmented kingdoms of the Nile. King Piye's victory over the Egyptians culminated in the establishment of the 25th dynasty, sometimes called the Kushite Dynasty. This marked the first time Nubian kings ruled Egypt, a testament to the Kushite strength and the deep ties between the two civilizations. Under the Kushite pharaohs, Egypt experienced a renaissance of sorts. The Kushites embraced Egyptian culture, religion, and architecture, but also brought their own traditions into the Egyptian fold. The Kushite kings were deeply influenced by Egyptian gods, especially Ammon-Ra, and sought to reinforce their divine rule by constructing temples and monumental statues. Yet they also continued to honor their own deities and maintained their distinctive Nubian identity. While the Kushite kings dominated the political sphere, Nubia's queens, such as Ammonitor, played equally crucial roles, helping to maintain the delicate balance between the two powerful civilizations. However, the reign of the Kushite dynasty was not to last. Egypt, weakened by internal divisions and foreign invasions, eventually saw the rise of the Assyrian Empire, a force too powerful for even the mighty Kushites to withstand. In 675 BC, the Assyrians, under the leadership of King Esarhaddon, invaded Egypt and defeated the Kushite forces. The last of the Kushite pharaohs, Taharqa, retreated back to Nubia, and Egypt was once again under the control of foreign invaders. Despite their retreat from Egypt, the Kingdom of Kush remained a powerful force in Nubia. The Kushites would continue to rule from their capitals, first at Napata and later at Meroe, for centuries. They continued to thrive as a hub of trade, culture, and innovation. The Kingdom of Kush would eventually decline, but its influence on Egypt, Africa, and the world endured. The mighty Kushite warriors, the grandeur of their architecture, and their cultural contributions still echo in the modern world today. The Kingdom of Kush was more than a rival to Egypt, it was a civilization that shaped history, defied the odds, and left behind a legacy that continues to inspire all. The story of Nubia is the story of resilience, power, and the complex relationship between two ancient giants.